Jared Beckwith here. I'm a registered EEG technologist, and I did an experiment where I recorded my brain for 7 days overnight, and I found some interesting results. So the first day I recorded my brain, I didn't have any tape on the electrode on my head, and around 7 a.m. I ended up feeling a tug as I rolled over because I also routed the wires behind my back, and it tugged. Let's just say it fell off at around 7:30 a.m. Here on the hypnogram, we can see that wake period, 7:30 to, what is that, 9 o'clock? Yeah, I was actually asleep then. It was just the wire got tugged off. While it was a little frustrating not getting a full night's study, I could see it was just an hour and a half, 7:30 to 9 a.m. that had ruined data. I could see the high frequency noise on the recording when I went back and inspected it the next morning. So I knew I was close. We just had to make a couple changes. Now, here I am prepping behind my ears. That's where I put the reference and the ground electrode. Super easy, guys. Anyone can do it. Put them behind your ears, and then for the active electrode that is actually going to record the sleep spindles, the sleep structures, that's going to be our C4. Now to find that, you just find the very center of your head and then go directly to the right about 6 to 7 centimeters. And that'll give you a good C4 mark to record your sleep study. What do I plan to do differently for the rest of the week so I don't pull off the wires again? Well, for one, I realized since I was routing the wires behind my back when I was laying down, since they're behind my back, if I roll to the left or the right, it was easy to yank a wire off, and that's what happened at 7:30 a.m. I lost an hour and a half of data. So I'm going to route them behind my head. When I lay down, they're going to go behind my pillow instead of behind my back. That's step one. Now here I am placing the ground and the reference electrodes behind my ears. That's the first step. And then here I am placing C4 on my head with a piece of tape. That way it doesn't fall off. Here are the 3 spots that you plug the electrodes into the board. The green wire ground into the bottom pin right there, GRD. And then reference, bottom pin right there. And then C4, our active electrode, goes into the top pin labeled C4. Simple enough, right? Now, once the device is plugged in via USBs, I connect to the device. This pulls up a bunch of channels recording, but we're only recording C4. Nice and easy. So I just select C4, press OK, name it C4 montage. Nice and simple. Here we go. Cleaned up all the noise since we're not recording from the other channels, and we can see as a tap test, tapping on the wire, it's working good and ready for an overnight study. Here's where I placed the board to the right side of my bed, and I just placed the laptop down there, and I have the screen go dark after 1 minute, so it's pretty simple. When I wake up, I unplug the wires from the board. I just let them soak in the sink while I take a shower, and then once I get out of the shower, I take the back end of the Q-tip and I just scrape out any excess paste that didn't dissolve in the warm water while I was showering. Place the wires back in my drawer. Here's the next night where I have the wires going back behind my pillow, not behind my back. So when I roll over, I'm not ripping a wire off. I made sure to give it enough slack, and it worked out pretty good, guys. Here's another technique I tried where I anchored it to the wall above my head a little bit. That one gave me actually really good results. It was clean essentially the whole night. Let's analyze the rest of my nights of sleep. Here around 5:50, I was awake because I was actually sick, guys. When you wake up sweating and you just know you're sick, I got it from CPR class, unfortunately. But the next night, I took some NyQuil. We got total sleep, 8 hours and 13 minutes, looking great. That was a great night's sleep, guys. And then the next night, 6 hours and 56 minutes. It seems okay. Could be more, right? And then the next night, I guess I caught up on sleep a little bit more. 7 hours and 52 minutes from the previous night, which was a little less. I guess I'm starting to feel a little bit better. 7 hours and 39 minutes of sleep here. That's pretty good. And then, oh, this night was amazing. 8 hours and 37 minutes of sleep. Can't really beat that, guys. I mean, now I know exactly how long I sleep. I put my week of sleep data into ChatGPT, told him to disregard the hour and 30 minutes where I ripped the electrode off, and he showed me I have 7 hours and 24 minutes on average of sleep. Here's a live screen recording of last night while I was awake, just eyes closed, trying to relax, just to show you guys what it looks like when it's recording live. It's pretty amazing, guys, how you can record your brainwaves. I even asked ChatGPT to make me a little advertisement here to end the video. Guys, we recorded 7 days of my brainwaves, and it's different than the things like Whoop, the wristband, or a ring. Those things just aren't giving you actual brainwave data, so they obviously can't give as in-depth data as my AiON EEG machine. Now, if you're looking to track your sleep more powerfully than any other machine on the planet, not for medical use, of course, yet one day, that's my dream, because my background's in epilepsy monitoring, but it seems like tracking sleep is the first step before me getting into the hospital with my EEG machine. I thought I'd be in hospitals by now, but this has been way more difficult than I even anticipated. But with an indomitable will, I'll never give up, never give in, and we'll keep recording our brains.